This is Lata Narwani from Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. Children, we were doing lesson metals and non-metals, and today we'll be doing the last part of the lesson, which is metallurgy. Now, what is metallurgy? The process of extracting metals from their ores and their refining them for their use is called metallurgy. Means extracting metals and then purifying them for the use is called metallurgy. Ores. What are ores? The minerals from which the metal can be conveniently and profitably extracted is called an ore. Some important ores of various metals are given here. First is iron. Iron, two important ores are there: hematite Fe2O3, magnetite Fe3O4. Second is copper. Copper cuprite Cu2O, copper glance Cu2S, copper pyrite CuFeS2. Aluminium, main ore is bauxite, formula Al2O3.2H2O. Next is calcium. Calcium, limestone CaCO3, gypsum CaSO4 2H2O. Sodium, important ore is rock salt, NaCl is the formula. Zinc, zinc blende ZnS. Lead, galena PbS. Mercury, cinnabar HgS. These are the various ores. Now, what are the various steps involved in metallurgical process? So there are 4 steps involved in metallurgical process. First is crushing and grinding of ore. Second, enrichment or concentration of the ore. Third, extraction of metal from the concentrated ore. And fourth, refining or purification of the impure metal. So one by one we'll be doing these steps. First, grinding of the ore. Ores generally occur in the form of big rocks. They are broken in small pieces with the help of crushers. Then these pieces are crushed into fine powder in the mills. So this is the first step, where the rocks of the ores, they are crushed into fine powder. Second step is concentration of the ore. The ores are generally mixed with large amount of impurities such as soil, sand, clay and other materials. These impurities are called gangue. These unwanted impurities are removed before extraction of the metal. This process is called concentration or enrichment of the ore. For enrichment of ore, different methods are used, which are given here. First is hydraulic washing. It is very simple method. This is used for oxide ores. The ores are washed under the stream of water, where the gangue particles are washed out and the ore is left behind. Second is magnetic separation. It is based on the magnetic properties of the ore and the gangue particles. For example, ore of iron. Iron is magnetic in nature, whereas the impurities are non-magnetic. So, the impure ore is passed over the magnetic rollers, and when the magnetic iron is attracted towards the magnetic roller, whereas the gangue particles, which are non-magnetic, they move far aside. Third method is chemical method or leaching. This method is based on the difference in some chemical properties of the metals and the impurities, and it is used for aluminium or bauxite. Bauxite ore is dissolved in dilute NaOH, sodium hydroxide. So the aluminium dissolves in it and the gangue particles, they settle down. The reactions are given here. Al2O3.2H2O, this is the formula for bauxite. It is dissolved in dilute NaOH where soluble sodium aluminate is formed NaLO2. So now this becomes soluble and the impurities they settle down. Those gangue particles or the impurities are filtered out, and then filtrate is again diluted with water when ALOH thrice is precipitated. So the reaction is NaLO2 plus 2H2O gives ALOH thrice, aluminium hydroxide plus NaOH. So ALOH thrice is obtained in the form of white precipitate, which is filtered out and used further. Next process is froth flotation process. This is very important process. This process is used for the concentration of sulfide ores like ZNS, zinc blende, PBS, galena, CuFeS2. Means sulfide ores. For sulfide ores, this process is used. What is the principle? This method is based on the principle that the ore particles are wetted by oil while the gangue particles are wetted by water. Now how it is done? What is the method of froth flotation? Method is the powdered ore is mixed with water and a small quantity of pine oil in a tank. The mixture is agitated by blowing compressed air through it. When the froth is formed, means the powdered ore is taken in a tank and oil and water is mixed and air is blown inside and it is rotated at high speed, froth is formed. The froth being lighter floats on the surface of the water. The froth carries the ore particles with it and is removed from the top. It is then dried and ore particles are recovered from it. So when the froth is formed, here the diagram is shown. The froth is formed on the top layers where ore particles are trapped in the froth. So it is taken out from the top and ore particles are recovered. It is dried and the ore particles are recovered. Whereas the gangue particles are left at the bottom of the tank in water. They remain in water. So this is froth flotation process. Next step in the metallurgy is extraction of metal from concentrated ore. It occurs in two steps. First step is conversion of ore into metal oxide. Second is reduction of metal oxide to metal. So first step, how is ore converted into metal oxide? So there are two processes, calcination and roasting. Now what is calcination? This process is used for carbonate ores. In this process, the ore is heated strongly below its melting point in the absence of air when it breaks down into metal oxide and carbon dioxide. Example, CaCO3 when it is heated gives CaO and CO2. Similarly, zinc carbonate when it is heated in the absence of air gives ZnO and CO2. So the ore is converted into oxide. Second method is roasting. This method is used for sulfide ores. In this method, the concentrated ore is heated strongly below its melting point in the presence of excess of air. The reactions are ZnS plus O2 gives ZnO plus SO2. Similarly, Cu2S plus O2 gives Cu2O plus SO2. Now next step is reduction of metal oxide to metal. So there are different methods of reduction of metal oxide to metal. The method chosen depends on the chemical reactivity of the metal. So metals are divided into these three categories: metals of low reactivity, metals of medium reactivity, and metals of high reactivity. So different methods are used for different metals. First is extracting metals of low reactivity. Reduction by heating alone. So the metals lying low in the reactivity series are very unreactive, like silver, gold, copper, platinum, etc. Their oxides can be simply heated to change into the respective metal. For example, by simple heating method, we can convert HgO into Hg plus O2, Cu2s into Cu2O plus SO2. So these are non-reactive metals. By simply heating them, they get converted into metal. Cu2O plus Cu2s gives Cu. Second is extracting metals lying in the middle of the reactivity series. For these metals, reduction is done with carbon or carbon monoxide. Second, reduction with aluminium. So first reduction with carbon or carbon monoxide. Metals lying in the middle of the reactivity series like zinc, nickel, tin, lead, they can be reduced by using carbon as a reducing agent. In this method, the metal oxide is mixed with the coke and heated in a furnace. So the metal oxide changes to metal. The reactions are like this: ZnO plus coke or carbon gives zinc metal and CO. This coke or carbon, being a reducing agent, snatches the oxygen from this oxide and converts into metal. Similarly, Fe2O3 plus 3C gives Fe plus 3CO2. Once CO carbon monoxide is formed, it also acts as a reducing agent. So Fe2O3 plus 3CO again gives Fe plus CO2. Similarly, PbO plus C gives Pb plus CO. Coke is a commonly used reducing agent because it is cheap. However, it cannot be used for highly reactive metals like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, as small particles of carbon are attached to metals which contaminate them. Second method is reduction with aluminium, or this method is also called aluminothermite process. Certain metal oxides like chromium, manganese, etc. are obtained by reduction of the oxide with aluminium powder. Example is MnO2, manganese dioxide. When it is reduced with aluminium, gives Mn manganese plus Al2O3. Similarly, chromium oxide when reduced with aluminium gives chromium metal and aluminium oxide. Similarly, Fe2O3 iron oxide when reacted with aluminium gives molten iron Fe plus Al2O3. Large amount of heat is also liberated in these reactions, so the metal remains in the molten form. So like in this reaction, iron which is formed, it occurs in the molten form. So where it is used, the molten iron produced in this process is used for joining broken heavy steel objects like railway tracks or cracked machinery parts. Third type of metals are which are placed highly up in the reactivity series. So the metals placed highly up in the reactivity series like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, etc. are very stable and they cannot be reduced by carbon or aluminium. This is because these metals have more affinity for oxygen than carbon has with oxygen. These metals are reduced by electrolytic method, electrolytic reduction. So like sodium chloride, when electric current is passed through the solution of sodium chloride or molten sodium chloride, it decomposes to form sodium ions and chloride ions. On cathode, sodium ions, they add electrons and convert to sodium metal. Similarly, on anode, chloride ions, they give out electrons and they convert into chlorine atoms, and chlorine atoms join to form chlorine gas. Similarly, aluminium oxide, it breaks into aluminium and oxygen. So this is all for today, children. Thank you.